this is what the method I use for rooting any kind of rose. Now, depending on what kind of rose you're rooting will determine what kind of pot you use, okay? I'm using these quart pots and they'll work fine for this. Now, if I was rooting miniatures or something else, I would just use a smaller pot. But basically, you want to take your cutting, you want 5 nodes, okay? And by nodes, I mean where the leaf comes off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, top the 5th node. What we're going to do is we're going to cut that off at a 45, about a 1/4 inch above it. Alright. Now, the rest of these, you only want the top 2 leaves. So the rest of these, pull them off. Okay? Don't cut them, pull them, because you want damage. Alright? You want the trunk in kind of a distress. Now the other thing you want to do is break off these thorns. Break them to the sides. Alright? Because what you want is a little bit of distress to the bark itself. What this does is it creates more sites for the roots to start. Now, you may think that's it. Alright? Some will show you to cut a little 45 at the bottom, okay, giving it fresh stuff. But I'm going to show you something else. What you want to do is take a sharp knife, okay? Now below that node, there's the node. What you want to do is scrape in a couple different places around it. What this does is it will give it more area for the roots to start. Now the last step before planting is get you a root tone, good root tone. Now this is what I can get locally available, but you can order plenty online. Take your stem, stick it in there, and I like to get it all up and down the stem, okay? Tap it off a little on your way out, and take your pot. There's your 3rd node right there. Stick it right up above there. You want about 2/3 of the plant into your soil. So let me finish these other 2 and I'll show you what's next. Alright, now in this last one I'm going to show you something else. It's a little different. The man who showed me this said this is how they do it at nurseries to create more #1 rootstock. By #1 I mean where the roots are growing more evenly around the bottom. What they will do is they will actually take a hammer. Okay? Now there's that bottom node. And you see there's like 1 inch here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut some of that off. Alright. And you take your hammer and you just lightly tap one way and then tap another. What it does is it damages it slightly around the base. Okay, giving you these little breaks in the skin or bark, whichever you want to call it. There's actual names for it, but this gives it more area for it to root. But man, let's stick it. Alright, now the only thing left is to put it into a tray for watering. Now once you get your tray to put them in, your first watering you can water on top. Okay? Get that soil good and wet the first time. But after that, the only place you want to water is from the bottom. What this does is it gets the soil down around the roots better, any voids or gaps. Now, once you water up in here, I'm going to use this green line as an example. I don't want the water level to get above that green line, okay? Because if your bottom of your root, where it's rooting, is submersed in water, it will rot. You don't want to do that. Now, if any of your leaves want to fall off, that's fine, just take them out. If any of these become diseased, take them out. If you get any buds coming in, take them out. You want this thing to concentrate on rooting. Well, I hope this helps. Please subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed it.